if you want to stop me, you're gonna have to fucking kill me!
YouTube, what's good? It's your boy Big Beard B, and today we're here with 10 designer fragrances I will never, ever stop recommending in 2022 because these fragrances mean the world to me. Little heart emojis. Listen, when I look at the complete landscape of fragrances out there, there are quite a few that get the job done, and some more than others, but there are also a lot that I continue to recommend because they do wonders for me in the personal world, and also from the feedback that I've gotten from the viewers out there, my supporters, you out there, to say, hey man, these things work. So without any further ado, let's hop into today's list. First up on our list, we have a fragrance that was released over 13 years ago at this point, but it's a super nice scent and one that's been in my collection for years, and obviously I'm going to continue to recommend it. The fragrance comes from the house of Versace, and this one is Versace Man Eau Fraiche. Now, with this one, you get lemon, bergamot, musk, and a fragrance that I feel is kind of ideal for that spring and summertime. There's a sharpness within this fragrance though that you cannot miss, but if you can get with that fragrance note, then you are going to smell amazing. There's also the spiciness to this fragrance that I've come to enjoy over the years, and with the bottles that I've had and also smelling this one in the air, it can be quite potent, so control your sprays on this one if you don't want air out the room. But if you wear this one in the right way, it can be soft, it can be subtle, and also sexy freshness with that tinge of spice. Versace Man Eau Fraiche. The next fragrance is one that has almost become synonymous with this channel. This one comes from the house of Burberry, and this one is Burberry Touch. This one's been in my collection over and over again since early 2000s, and it's for good reason. Wood, musk, just all around freshness with this fragrance that you really can't go wrong with. Now there's some nutmeg within this fragrance. There's also some woody notes here, and again, as I mentioned, that freshness within this fragrance really gives this one life. Burberry Touch has always been a dumb grab and easy reach for me, and today there's really no difference there, except for the price point has gone down significantly since I first started wearing this fragrance. One I will continue to recommend because it does wonders and it smells amazing. Burberry Touch For Men. Now the next fragrance I want to recommend is one that I wasn't always a fan of, but that was short-lived. This next fragrance comes from the house of YSL, and this one is YEDP. Now the EDP was the flanker release of the 2017 release of Y, and YEDP really took along some of those same qualities of the original. It was sweet, it was a little bit interesting in terms of almost a metallic feel, but this one took a different twist. Originally I felt this fragrance was a little too cloying, but after this fragrance wore on me, then it just was something that I had to have in the collection, and I had to continue to sing the praises of this fragrance. YEDP has prominent apple, vanilla, it's spicy, it's fresh, and crowd pleasing. You can't go wrong with this fragrance, which is why I continue to recommend it over and over again. YEDP. When I think of this next fragrance, I think of elegance, I think of refinement, and I think of goddamn, this fragrance is good. The fragrance comes from the house of Chanel, and this one is Bleu de Chanel Parfum. Be very specific here. Now there's the EDT, the EDP, and the Parfum. Now most people tend to go with the EDP, the Eau de Parfum, to give you that perfect blend and balance. But for me and others who feel like me, this fragrance here is going to be one of those ones that you should grab first. This scent here does everything that the original did in terms of that classiness, the refinement, the mist of it. Yeah, you heard me, the sniffness of it, because people just want to get a whiff of this thing when you have it on. The Parfum version is masculine, it's seductive, and it really works across all age groups in my personal opinion, so therefore this one has to be on the list, and one that you see me recommend over and over again. Bleu de Chanel Parfum from Chanel. Now if I was smart, I would probably do a video talking about Johnny Depp's favorite fragrance because of everything that's going on in the media right now as well, but this fragrance was marketed by him, so I feel comfortable in saying that this fragrance is one that he would wear, and this one is one I'm changing my tune on a little bit, and this one is Dior Sauvage, the Eau de Parfum version versus the Parfum. Now traditionally when I talk about Sauvage, I go through the Parfum version as some of those older fragrances, but Elixir right now is up there. And this is one of those scents that I believe still goes across all age groups, and it is a good balance between the Parfum and the EDT, as it should be. But when I talk about that, let's talk about the refinement just a bit. Although I believe the Parfum version would go across all age groups, this one does as well, but it takes some of that refinement that you would find in the Parfum version, and obviously that came from this one, and it also tones down some of that embroxing that we got within the EDT early on, and really meshes it well into something that you can wear into the office if you chose to. You could just wear this out and about. The only thing about this fragrance that I'll say is that it's extremely popular, right? So therefore, if you're out at an event, you're likely to smell this one. And I was at an event and I did smell this one quite a few times. Now, although I did smell it, people did smell amazing. This one can be a dumb reach for you because it's easy to grab, it's easy to wear in a myriad of situations, so go for it if you can. Dior, Sauvage, or the Parfum. The one I want to talk about next is not as safe as the previous fragrances that we talked about today. This one does step out of the box a bit, and I think with that, it's one of the reasons that it's considered to be sexy, one of the reasons that it's considered to be one of those fragrances that people want to smell and obviously want to have in their collection, and I want to continue to recommend. This one comes from Maison Margiela, and this one happens to be Jazz Club. Now, Jazz Club is one of the top tier, more recognizable scents from this brand, and if you're watching this in the spring and summer, this one may not be season appropriate for you, but this thing is one that should be within your collection. This one includes smoke, tobacco, rum, a little bit of lemon in the top here to kind of give it a little bit of pop and zest to this scent. It's like a cocktail that you cannot go wrong with. This fragrance is a unisex scent, although it does say it's there for men. I do know some women that choose to wear this fragrance as well, and I don't feel that if you are a man seeking a woman that you will find this fragrance to be offensive on her, or something that you would just like turn your nose up. Heady cocktails and cigars just puts yourself in a great mood, and also it's an uplifting scent as well, although I do find it to have a lot of seductive qualities to this scent. So be sure to try this fragrance out because I'm recommending it, and you'll likely hear this fragrance again, Jazz Club from Maison Margiela. My next fragrance also takes a dip on the wild side, the darker side of things, so to speak, and this one is leather, it's jasmine, it is also patchouli, vanilla, and just a fragrance that I will continue to recommend forever and a day. And this one is Tom Ford's Ombre Leather, the EDP, or Eau de Parfum. Now, there is a Parfum version out, but I personally prefer this one so far. This fragrance has done a ton for me in terms of compliment factor. This is almost like a bad boy fragrance that you can't go wrong with. This fragrance was originally created, I think, in 2018, but as a replay of a 2016 release from the House of Tom Ford, which resided within their private blend collection. That fragrance was discontinued and re-released within the Signature series, and well, for the price point, you really can't go wrong. To me, this fragrance smells more expensive than it actually is because, again, it started out within that upper echelon of Tom Ford fragrances, and now this fragrance really has solidified itself as a fragrance that people should be wearing. It should get recognition, and if you are a guy who enjoys some of the finer things in life, then you will enjoy this fragrance as well. Now, the cool thing about this one is that you do get the finer things in life, but it does not break the bank. I appreciate what Tom Ford has done with this fragrance, and for that reason, it will continue to be recommended. Tom Ford's Ombre Leather 2018. If memory serves me correctly, this last one was kind of released at the end of 2017. I remember seeing this one in the Macy's and it caught me. I said, oh, this is new. And it's no longer new, but the fragrance can do so much for you, and at this price point, you really can't go wrong. This fragrance can be found for extremely cheap nowadays, and this one happens to be Coach for Men, the original EDT version. This thing here is phenomenal. If you're looking for a fragrance that is fresh, it's easy to wear, it's crowd pleasing, then look no further than Coach for Men. One of the things that I really do appreciate with this fragrance, and it's nothing that Coach did, is that the value of this fragrance has gone down, and it makes it that much more affordable for those of you who are looking for a good scent. Now, what I'll say with that is it's not the most high quality fragrance, it's not the the most revolutionary or groundbreaking, or it has this or this that you won't find in other fragrances. It's not really truly super unique, but it's a fragrance that does work. And if you're looking to get a fragrance that works, that is good on performance, that doesn't hurt the pockets, then obviously I have to recommend this one, Touch For Men EDT. And speaking of fragrances that don't break the bank, then this one had to be there. Well, these two. Both of these fragrances come from the same house and they are phenomenal. They both come from Sean John, and this one is Sean John Unforgivable and Sean John 3 AM. These fragrances are extremely easy on the pockets. In fact, you could probably pick up both of these for the price of one of the other fragrances on the list today. So that's one of those things that you should go for. Again, these two fragrances are vastly different from each other, but they would also work in similar situations. Crowd pleasing, check. Compliment factor, check. Good on performance, check. And then, as we talked about starting this off, that it's easy on the pockets. This one here has a similar feel to Creed's Millicent Imperial, but not quite the same. This one here, which is 3 AM, takes a light approach on some notes that are good. And what the marketing for this fragrance is about things that happen at that 3 AM hour, and you know, nothing's open but legs and fast food. So compliment factor is going to roll in with this fragrance here. So be sure to try it out. Get your nose on it. See if it's something for you. And if you don't like it, hey, you didn't kill a bank here, because these two fragrances are extremely inexpensive, but I think you'll enjoy them. Comment down below if you have either of these in your collection. I've been buying this one bottle after bottle after bottle since high school, right? This fragrance here, I originally got in my collection, let's call it 2018, 2019, but I've been a fan ever since and been talking about it because I came across this one by giving someone compliments on it that worked with me, and yeah, I don't think you can go wrong with it. There you have it, man. Two fragrances, Unforgivable and 3 AM. And finally, if we're talking about designer fragrances, this is one that I talk about over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. All right, y'all know why I'm here. I'm just here so I don't get fined. This fragrance comes from Maison Margiela, and this one is By the Fireplace. Now, By the Fireplace was a 10 out of 10 for your boy, and it will still be a 10 out of 10. This one says that it is a female and male fragrance for sure. This one is unisex. A lot of ladies do enjoy this one. It is one of the reasons why I continue to recommend this one, because they enjoy it and it gets the compliments in, and it's great for that cuddle buddy action. The other thing it says, it's burning wood and chestnut. If you are not a fan of smokiness within the fragrance, you're not going to like this one, okay? It's called By the Fireplace. The whole brand is looking to replicate points in time, and it tells you, hey, you're by a fireplace, okay? So if you don't like that smell, then this is not going to be for you. But otherwise, if you like smokiness, if you like sweetness within fragrance, this one is vanilla dominant. It is also popping off the skin for me, at least in the formulation that I have here. It's one that I will continue to recommend. I love what this fragrance does. And again, if you don't like the name, By the Fireplace, if you don't like what that represents, this one is not for you. But otherwise, go ahead and spray this thing on, because you will smell fantastic. So there you have it, man. 10 designer fragrances that I will continue to recommend unless you kill me. Please don't kill me. I have a family to take care of. And if you do, then obviously I can't come back and keep dropping this banging content for y'all. So listen, man, that's all I have for you. As always, I'm your boy, Big Beard B. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Tell a friend to tell a friend that we are back again. And you already know what I need you to do. Just hit the goddamn bell.